Hello everyone! Dear students, today we will be talking about subject-verb agreement. We know that all parts of speech have their agreement within a sentence. They all have their own place within a sentence. So what does subject-verb agreement mean? It means that a verb must agree with its subject. It must agree with its subject in number and person. English word order almost always follows V2 construction. That means that the subject must be followed by a verb. Ensuring subject-verb agreement means choosing the right version of a verb to match its subject. Who or what performs the action of the verb is subject. Whoever or whatever receives that action is called the object. The verb is the word that expresses what exactly that action is. So the subject is performing the action. The object is receiving the action. And the verb is the word that expresses what exactly that action is. Here we have few rules. First one is singular subject will take singular verb. Singular means one. Singular subject takes singular verb. For example, the girl cries. In this example, the girl is singular subject, only one. Singular subject will take singular verb. Plural subjects will take plural verb. Plural means more than one. For example, the girls cry. In this sentence, the girls is the subject. This subject is plural. Plural, the girls. The girls cry. Plural subject will take plural verb. Cry is a plural verb. Singular subjects take singular verb and plural subject will take plural verb. Two or more singular subjects joined by and will take plural verb. For example, Betty and Lucy are friends. Here we have two singular subjects, Betty and Lucy. These two singular subjects are joined by and. Two or more singular subjects that are joined by and take plural verb. Are is a plural verb. If two or more singular subjects express an idea, we will use singular verb. For example, time and tide waits for no man. Here the subject is expressing an idea. Time and tide. These are two singular subjects that are also joined by and, but in this case they are expressing an idea. Time and tide waits for no man means time and tide as current will wait for no one. This saying means things should not be postponed. Time and tide waits for no man. We should not postpone doing things because time and tide waits for no one. Time and tide waits for no man. Here we have an example of two singular subjects that express an idea. Whenever we have two or more singular subjects that express an idea, we use singular verb. Waits. Waits is a singular verb. If two singular nouns refer to the same person, we will use singular verb. Same person means singular verb. For example, my friend and guide is here. These are two singular nouns. They are also joined by and. But in this case, my friend and guide is one person. It is the same person. This person is my friend and this person is also a guide. My friend and guide is here. Whenever we have two singular nouns that refer to the same person, such as my friend and guide, we use singular verb. Is a singular verb. When two nouns are joined by with or as well as, the verb agrees with the first noun. Here we have an example. English as well as Hindi was taught there. Here we have two singular nouns, English and Hindi. When two nouns are joined by as well as, the verb agrees with the first noun. The verb was taught agrees with the first noun. When two nouns are joined by as well as or by with, the verb will agree with the first noun. In this example, English is the first noun. The verb was taught will agree with the first noun. Whenever we have as well as or with. Each and every is followed by singular verb. Here we have few examples. Each and every. Each and every is followed by singular verb. Wants or knows. Each one of us wants water. Each is followed by a singular verb. Wants is a singular verb. Every is also followed by singular verb. Every one of us knows you. Each and every are followed by singular verb. Even though subject-verb agreement is a simple concept, sometimes it is difficult to know whether your subject is singular or plural. In other words, it's not always easy to know whether you should be using a singular verb or a plural verb. There are many exceptions. Here we have few things to keep in mind. First of all, someone, anyone, each, everyone, no one, and nobody take singular verbs. For example, someone is outside. Someone takes singular verb. Nobody knows what he can do till he tries. Nobody takes singular verb. Anyone who forgets his passport will be sent home. Anyone also takes singular verb. Is, knows, and forgets are singular verbs. These indefinite pronouns such as anyone, each, everyone, no one, nobody, and someone take singular verb. One more thing to keep in mind is that all and some take both singular and plural verb. They can take a singular or a plural verb. The indefinite pronouns all, any, more, most, and some, when they refer to something singular, they will be followed by a singular verb. When they refer to something plural, they will be followed by a plural verb. For example, all the cheese has been eaten, and all the apples have been eaten. Here we have the indefinite pronoun all, which is in one case followed by has been eaten, means singular verb. In the other example, we have been eaten, which is plural verb. These indefinite pronouns, such as all, any, more, most, and some, are singular when they refer to something singular, and they are plural when they refer to something plural. In the first example, all the cheese refers to singular. In the second example, all the apples refers to plural. All the cheese means the whole cheese. One big cheese has been eaten. In the second example, all the apples means all the apples that were there. Every single apple. One more thing to keep in mind is that number of most of the time takes a plural verb. For example, a number of men have left. Have left is a plural verb. Most of the time, a number takes plural verb, but sometimes the number takes singular verb as well, such as the number of men is 6. In the first example, have left is a plural verb. In the second example, is a singular verb. The term a number of will nearly always be plural. However, at times it will be singular as well. Terms like half of, the majority of, and the percentage of can be both singular or plural. For example, half the men are unhappy. In this sentence, half is followed by plural verb. In the next example, half the workforce is unhappy. Half is followed by singular verb. In the next example, half of the world knows not how the other half lives. Here we have knows not, again a singular verb. Expressions such as half of, a part of, a percentage of, or a proportion of, or a majority of are singular when they refer to something singular, and they are plural when they refer to something plural. In the first example, half is followed by plural verb. Half the man refers to plural. Half the men are unhappy. Each of these, half the men are unhappy. In the second example, half the workforce is unhappy. Here, half the workforce is considered as one. It is a subject and it is considered as one. It is followed by singular verb. And half of the world knows not. Half of the world in this example is also followed by singular verb. At times, half is followed by singular and it can be followed by plural verb as well. Next thing to keep in mind is that none can also take a singular or plural verb. The indefinite pronoun none can be singular or plural. For example, none of the team is available. Here we have a singular verb. And none of the team are available. Here we have a verb in plural. Depending on the context, none will be followed by singular or plural. None of the team is available. None of the team is taken as one. None is available. None of the team are available is taken as more than one. The words after along are not part of the subject. Here we have an example. The king, along with his sons, is visiting tomorrow. The words which follow along are not the part of the subject. So we could say, the king is visiting tomorrow. If this part wasn't there, the sentence would make perfect sense. The king is visiting tomorrow. The verb agrees with the king, not with the sons. Either and neither are singular. For example, neither of the two is suitable. Neither is followed by a singular verb. Next thing to keep in mind is that or does not conjoin. To conjoin means to combine, to unify, to connect, or to link. Or does not link. For example, the king or his daughter is visiting tomorrow. Unlike and, or, and nor do not link. The king or his daughter is visiting tomorrow. The king is visiting tomorrow. The verb that follows will be singular. The king or his daughter is visiting tomorrow. Or doesn't link. The verb that follows will be in singular because the king is in singular. Next thing that we should keep in mind are modifiers. Beware modifiers between the subject and the verb. Modifiers modify the meaning. Sometimes modifiers get between a subject and its verb. Do not let these words interfere with the subject-verb agreement. For example, a bag of jellybeans is expensive, or a crate of sardines is more expensive than I thought. Of jellybeans and of sardines, these both are modifiers. Modifiers should not interfere with the subject-verb agreement. A bag is expensive. A bag is the subject, and it is only one bag, singular. It will be followed by a singular verb. In the next example, a crate is expensive. A crate is more expensive than I thought. In this sentence as well, of sardines is a modifier, and it should not interfere with the verb and its subject. A crate is more expensive than I thought. One more thing to keep in mind is that collective nouns can be singular or plural. A collective noun is a word that represents a group, such as board, a team, or a jury. A collective noun can be singular or plural depending on the sense of the sentence. For example, the jury is returning to the courtroom. Here we have a verb in singular. The jury are all wearing different color shirts. Here we have a verb in plural. In the first example, the jury is singular because it is considered as one unit. The verb that follows will be in singular because here the jury is considered as a single unit, the single unit of people that is returning to the courtroom. In the second sentence, the jury are all wearing different colored shirts. Here, the jury is plural because we are focused on the individuals, the jury, each and every member of the jury. They all are wearing different colored shirts. The term more than one is singular. The expression more than one takes a singular verb. For example, more than one person was involved in this robbery. More than one takes a singular verb. Today we spoke about subject-verb agreement. And we said that a verb must agree with its subject in number and person. Singular subject such as one dog, which is singular, takes singular verb, is sitting. One dog is sitting. However, plural subject will take plural verb. Two dogs is a plural subject. Plural subjects take plural verb, are sitting. Another example is the dog chases the cat. The dog is a noun and it is a subject as well. The dog is singular. There is no S. Plural would be the dogs with S. The dog is singular and the dogs are plural. The dog, which is a subject and which is singular, will be taking singular verb. Chases is a singular verb. The cat is the object. The cat is receiving the action of chasing. In the second example, we have the dogs. We have the subject which is in plural, more than one. When there is a plural subject, it will take a plural verb. Chase is a plural verb. The dogs chase the cat. The cat is the object. We must keep in mind that subject-verb agreement is linked to verb conjugation, how a verb changes with various subjects. Here we have a conjugation of the verb to be. I am, you are, he, she, it is. We are, you are, and they are. So we will never say I are. we will say I am. We will never say we am. We will say we are. Or, for example, the verb to play. We will say I play, you play, he plays, she plays, it plays. We play, you play, and they play. This is the verb to play in the present tense. Dear students, this is all for today. Have a nice day and see you soon.